We have some social media questions for
Can't
you,
wait.
Dr.
That's
Drew.
my specialty is answering questions. Here we go.
Ryan Clark on Facebook says, is the apparent increase of mental illness because we're more aware of it or because it has actually increased?
I think it's a little bit of both. We're certainly doing, it's like anything, we start paying attention more to it, or we diagnose and then overdiagnose things. But I do believe we've been through a time of interpersonal instability, and a lot of the mental illness stuff we're seeing are the liabilities of our interpersonal relationships, and then the opiate epidemic. I mean, that's really what has put rocket fuel behind our mental health problem.
Daniel Christopher Thomas on Facebook asks, what is the least understood aspect of addiction?
The least understood is actually the disease itself and how it affects their thinking, the people with the disease. They are so distorted in their thinking that you can't rely on really much of anything that comes out of their mouth. And my peers, physicians, don't understand that. They get offended when patients lie to them. It's like, if my patient didn't lie to me, their diagnosis would be in question. Lying is a feature of the condition. Your job is to figure out what's going on with them without trying to rely on their thinking, because that's broken, as we call it, stinking thinking. And people don't understand that. They want to reason with them, and they want that's all distorted by motivational problems. And so all the thinking serves the using, and people don't get that.
David Cato says, what did you do to practice relying more on your own instincts?
Therapy, and then again, not listening to what patients said, but learning to listen to how my body reacted to them, and I would learn to interpret what that meant. And that was much more informative than what the patients were saying.
Stephen Wallace on Facebook has a question about vaccinations.
These are great questions, by the way. You've got
Yes.
very intelligent watchers, listeners.
They were responding to your
To
tweet.
you?
To your tweet.
Oh, to my tweet.
Well, we tweeted that you were going to be here. Have you read any empirical critiques of vaccination? Where do you stand on mandatory vaccination? We kind of covered that.
Yeah, we covered it. I'm not someone. I was always sympathetic to the government getting involved with us, but we are now in an emergency where we have to consider everyone else. And I just think we have an obligation to each other to go get the vaccine.
Jennifer Arty on the Larry King Now blog asks, is there any way we can use social media to help us with our mental health?
Well, we talked a little bit about education, so psychoeducation, and we need really high quality people learning how to push out messages that people can receive and understand. But I think the net impact is negative. Whenever I see media having negative impact on mental health, I always think to myself, there's got to be a way to use it better. I just don't see it yet. So there's got to be something we can do with it. All I can see now is psychoeducation.
Never miss a beat. Subscribe to Larry King Now and watch new episodes every day.